In 2022, Midjourney was unstoppable. It was a textbook example of how a startup can leverage network effects, data-driven learning, and viral marketing to explode in popularity. But success in tech isn't just about getting to the top, it's also about staying there. And that's where Midjourney struggled. This is the rise and fall of Midjourney. To start the Midjourney history, we have to go back to 2021. David Holz had previously worked at NASA and then founded Leapmotion, a hardware and software company that would sell hand-tracking devices. After running the company for 12 years, he wanted something different and started experimenting with new AI technology. Remember, this is around a year before ChatGPT was released. After recruiting a team of 10 engineers, Midjourney had a demo of the generative AI model in September of 2021. By February, the initial version of Midjourney was released to the public and made a huge splash.
Review AID of the day, we asked image generator Midjourney to imagine a Valentine's card for San Francisco.
Photorealistic images generated with applications like Midjourney are going viral online.
Midjourney could be accessed inside of Discord. While the choice of launching on Discord became a question for many, it had some pros and cons. The pros were that users would see each other's creations and get inspired by all the possibilities. By using Discord, which already had millions of users, Midjourney could rely on the existing network effects rather than try to build up their own first. The con was that the public Discord server was difficult to navigate, to say the least. Sometimes your images could get lost in the sea of other people's creations. Further, while Discord is an established name in the gaming and tech space, a lot of quote-unquote normal people did not already use the service, making the entrance barrier bigger. However, in the startup community, they often talk about different strategies for creating network effects, and one of them is called the piggyback strategy, which relies on exploiting another company's network effects in order to achieve your own. This is essentially the strategy that Midjourney used, which did work well in the beginning. In fact, it worked very well. To understand why Midjourney became so popular, it is important to consider the competitors back then. At that point, OpenAI had released DALL-E 1 and followed it up short after Midjourney's launch with DALL-E 2. Stable Diffusion was first released in August of 2022. Especially before DALL-E 2's launch, Midjourney's level of image quality was on another level compared to its competitors. Here you can see some of the early comparisons that users made. Midjourney also had a very interesting trick up its sleeves. When the user would generate an image, they would generate 4 images at a time. They could then pick one of the images to upscale. This became a great way to perform reinforcement learning, which means that humans are picking between different outputs and tells the model which one of the outputs are best. Basically, every time a user picked to upscale one of the images, the model would assume they picked this image because it was the best of the 4 images. This information was used as data to train the next model. Already in April of 2022, just around the launch of DALL-E 2, Midjourney would release version 2. Wow, there was a lot of 2s, which significantly improved the performance of the model. This quick improvement did not go unnoticed by the community and further accelerated the growth of Midjourney. Just as we talk about network effects, there's also something called data network effects. When you have a product which improves with more data, it can become a very strong network effect that can be difficult to break. Consider Google, for example. When Google launched, they had the best search algorithm. This meant that more people started using it. As more people used it, they generated more data, which Google could use to further improve the ranking algorithm, which made it even better. In this way, the cycle creates a strong momentum, which is very difficult to compete with. In the same way, Midjourney was established as the best AI image generation model, and the amount of data they generated made them even better. It is therefore a really great idea that they asked users to pick between different image outputs, because they would generate so much more data, since the users would basically evaluate all of the outputs and make it even better. Using this technique, they would go on to release version 3 in July of 2022. and the alpha version of version 4 in November. Taking a look at some of the comparisons between the different models, we can clearly see how much Midjourney improved in a very short amount of time. As Midjourney was rising, other players saw the opportunity in AI-generated images and wanted a piece of the market. The biggest competitor? Stable Diffusion. Unlike Midjourney, Stable Diffusion was open source. This meant that anyone could take the model, modify it, and run it on their own machine. Developers started fine-tuning it for specific use cases, some even trained it to generate images of specific people. But perhaps the biggest advantage of Stable Diffusion was price. Midjourney initially offered a free trial with 25 generations, but due to abuse, they had to shut that down, meaning that the only way was paid subscription, starting at $10 a month for 200 images. Meanwhile, Stable Diffusion was free, or at least significantly cheaper. Different platforms started offering their own custom models, API access, and on-device generation, giving developers and businesses more control. Furthermore, there's this saying in startups: the strategy that gets you to 10 million users won't get you to 100 million. Midjourney's Discord-based approach worked beautifully for early adapters. It was a great way to create community-driven virality. People saw each other's generations, got inspired, and experimented more. But as they tried to expand beyond tech-savvy users, problems became clear. First of all, the learning curve. Users had to understand both Discord and prompt engineering just to get started. Secondly, the lack of accessibility. Most casual users weren't willing to navigate a chaotic public chat just to generate an image. And 3, it took a long time before Midjourney finally launched their own web interface. While early adapters loved the Discord approach, mainstream users found it very confusing. And then DALL-E 3 happened. In late 2023, OpenAI released DALL-E 3, and it solved the biggest barrier for AI art: prompts. Unlike Midjourney, which required users to learn prompt engineering, DALL-E 3 was built directly into ChatGPT, a tool that already had over 100 million users. Instead of struggling to craft the perfect prompt, users could just describe what they wanted in plain English, and ChatGPT would generate the best possible image request automatically. This move wasn't just about improving AI art, it was about bundling. And bundling is a strategy that has killed many superior standalone products before. Just look at what Microsoft Teams did to Slack. Most people would agree that Slack was a better product than Microsoft Teams. It was faster, cleaner, more enjoyable to use. But Microsoft bundled Teams for free with Office 365, so company didn't have to buy Slack separately. It didn't matter that Slack was better. Teams was already included in the software businesses were already paying for. The result of that was that Slack struggled to compete. And the same thing is happening with DALL-E 3 versus Midjourney. DALL-E 3 isn't just a great AI tool. It's free inside ChatGPT+. Midjourney, on the other hand, requires a separate sign-up, a Discord account, and a monthly fee. Just like Slack, Midjourney might still be the better product, but that doesn't always matter when your competitor is bundled into something everybody is already using. Ultimately, Midjourney didn't fail. It still has a loyal fan base and remains one of the best, if not the best, AI art generator out there. But its momentum slowed because of 3 core reasons. 1, it remained closed-sourced, while competitors embraced openness and customization. 2, it was slow to build a proper platform outside of Discord, making adoption harder. And 3, it failed to simplify the AI art process, while OpenAI made it effortless. The truth is, AI moves fast. One day you're at the top, the next day you're playing catch-up. So the question remains, can Midjourney actually make a comeback? I personally find it difficult to see how that would happen because of OpenAI's great momentum. Either way, the AI image race isn't over, and I can't wait to see what happens next. If you found this video insightful, consider subscribing. I only have 11 subscribers, and every one of you means a lot. Thanks.